Hey everybody! So it is late, but I wanted to do a quick uh, recap, like I promised I'd do, about my experience at Salt Lake City Comic Con. Excuse me, today, and I did one yesterday, and you can see that my cosplay this today was all about Ariel. And so yeah, hi. I have the chat room open, so if anybody wants to add comments or whatever, then do. But anyway, today I had some Ariel cosplay. It was pretty simple. Like I don't have the black corset. It's just a blue dress. So it's her sort of in town look. But I did get this bow at Hot Topic, and of course the wig. And so it was fun. Something I pulled together kind of quickly. And it was really cool. Today is the big day that I got to meet Jodie Benson. She had never done, outside of D23, had never done a con before. This was her first one. So it was really cool that, Salt Lake got to be her first one. And so it was a bummer, though, because they had Dick Van Dyke in the morning. I was planning on going, but then we got an email last night saying, oh, he's not going to be able to do it because he's, old. And and so I let myself sleep in a little bit because there wasn't any morning panels that I was that interested in. But then all of a sudden at 10:30, I get an email saying, oh, he's doing the panel after all. But the panel was at 11, and I hadn't even gotten ready. And it was 20. I live about 25 minutes from the convention center. So it was a bummer. I did miss out on I did miss out on seeing Dick Van Dyke, which was too bad. But anyway, oh well, what are you going to do? So I ended up, when I got there, he says, yeah, you're up late. Yes, I'm up very late. I'm very tired, but I committed that I would do these recaps, so that's what I'm going to do. And so I did some shopping when I first got there, and I should have gotten it already. I could show you. I got some ornaments. I got some pins. I got some comics to get ready because I've gotten to the point where I try to read the comics before I see a superhero movie. So I got some Thor comics to get ready for Thor Ragnarok, and I got Justice League to get ready for Justice League. And yeah, you're the one up really late. But anyway, and so that's something I try to do now. It just makes it more interesting. But I did get, let me show you real quick. Ugh. So I got this, let me pull up my screen. I got this cool backpack with Totoro and no face on it. And it's actually a really quality backpack. It's like well made, and it has lots of pockets. And so I was pretty excited about that. And I just really like that on there. It was pretty cool. So that was my big purchase. Yeah, but I got some Christmas ornaments. Yeah, and some comics. And then I went and got my photo op. You can see that was pretty cool. I think it turned out really nice. So anyway, it was neat. I wasn't going to do any more of those. The only other photo op I've ever done, and is it a fan-made backpack or an official one? I think it's fan-made. I don't think it's official. But anyway, I thought it was cool. Oh, I don't know. I should have gotten a receipt or card or something. But anyway, there it is. And but I just couldn't resist getting a picture with Jodie Benson. What can I say? Because it's a pain. I mean, you have to wait in this long. I hate waiting in lines. If you didn't gather from my D23 coverage, I don't like waiting in lines. And so I just find it's so exhausting. My feet hurt so bad. after a while like that. And so I was like, after Carrie Fisher, I was like, I'm never doing that again, because you can't even like talk at all. They just like throw you in there, you get the picture, and you're out, like 30 seconds maybe. And so anyway, so it's kind of it's a weird thing. And in her in the documentary, it was kind of funny because in Carrie Fisher's documentary with her mom, she's like, yeah, it's basically like a celebrity lap dance. I'm like, that's kind of true. But oh well, I wanted the picture with Jodie. I couldn't resist. So that was just so neat. And so anyway, it was fun. There were like tons of Ariel cosplays, of course, in the line. Mine was like by far the weakest of all the other cosplays, but it was fun to see so many other Little Mermaid fans, because I feel like it doesn't get the same respect that the Beauty and the Beast gets, but I love it just as much. So anyway, that was fun. And then after the photo op, I rushed over to make it to the Back to the Future panel, and this was pretty fun. It had Tom Wilson, who played Biff, and he was a riot. He was very funny. And then Christopher Lloyd was there, and he was a little bit quieter. And and so I felt like Tom Wilson did most of the talking, and but I should have written down, like, I can't remember anything that was all that insightful that they said, but just the experience. Tom talked about his experience auditioning for the part, and that he thought for sure it was going to go to Judd Nelson or somebody like actually famous. Like he didn't believe it until towards the very end. And I guess the night of the last callbacks, he had a tickets to Bruce Springsteen concert, and he's like, that was the most nerve-wracking, nervous Bruce Springsteen's concert that you could have. And so that was funny. And it was interesting because he said that Christopher Lloyd said that he actually has a hard time memorizing the lines. Like he's not, that's something it takes him a long time to, I guess, remember the lines and work on them and stuff, which I thought was interesting. And yeah, they were great. It was really cool. Really, really cool. And so that was the first panel. And then I just stayed. This is what's so much nicer about Salt Lake Con than D23 is D23, like, you can't just like park yourself in the ballroom and just stay there all day for panels. You have to go and get in line again and again and again. But at Salt Lake Comic Con, you can just stay in your seat all day if you want. And so that was so much better. And so the next panel, or the next presentation, was Joan and John Cusack. And they were just great. They were so, like, I don't know, just they seem really cool, really interesting. They've both done so many different kinds of projects and different work, and it was cool. Joan said that the role that she thinks is most like her is Jessie from Toy Story, which I thought was really cool. And she also said, she's like, I know this is because someone asked her, what's your favorite role? And she's like, I know this can sound really cheesy and lame, but my favorite role is as a mother to my children. I was like, oh, that was so, that was really sweet, really cute. And I guess she's not going to do any more like TV series until her youngest is out of the house, I guess, so she can be there for her kids. And it was just, I thought that was really cool. And yeah, and John answered a lot of questions about the movies from the 80s, like Say Anything and Better Off Dead, movies like that, which was fun because I love Better Off Dead. So it was cool that he got a couple of those questions. And so yeah, they were great, very charming, very fun. And then the last one that we got was Jodie Benson did a panel. And so, because I didn't finish the photo op until about 3:00, and that's when then the Back to the Future panel was from 3 until 4, and then the Joan and John was 4 to 5, and then Jodie Benson was from 5 to 6. So that was kind of how it worked. And so she was great, so charming, so funny. She talked about just like what the impact that Little Mermaid had on her life, and particularly working with Howard Ashman, and what inspiration he was. And I thought that was really cool. And she said that because Howard Ashman actually discovered Jodie. She was in a play of his when they were casting for Little Mermaid. And she said that like when they were writing Little Mermaid, like they were moving animators out of the studio. They were closing things down. Like this was like a last dying breath for Disney, which is just so crazy. And then it just took off huge and started this whole new wave of movies for Disney, for the Renaissance. And oh, that's cool. Rick says Little Mermaid is my favorite Disney princess movie. Cool, me too. I just love it. And so anyway, she had like a whole bunch of questions, and it was really funny because there was one little girl. She said, "What is your favorite song that you sang in Little Mermaid?" And she says, "What do you think it might be?" And the little girl says, "Kiss the Girl," which was really funny because obviously Ariel doesn't sing in that song. She can't talk. Her voice box is out. So that was funny. And she just talked about like how important her faith was to her and how that kept her going. And she talked about, what not only was the Little Mermaid important professionally, but also personally, how it really helped her get out of some, because I guess she was like separated from her husband when she filmed that and when she did the voice. And I guess things, just sort of rejuvenated her, and it was really cool. And I don't think what else that she said. And then she talked about how like Disney is like very much values the integrity of the characters, and so they will not use anybody else but her or any of the other Disney princesses or characters until somebody dies or whatever. And they won't use the sound alike. They will get the voice actor, which I thought was really cool for Disney. And she just talked about what a great experience it was, and then she sang, and that was amazing. I have to admit, I cried just because, I don't know, the idea of being in a room hearing Jodie Benson sing Part of Your World was just like, it was really meaningful to me. I'm crying just thinking about it. It was just like, I can't believe this is happening. Like, I can't believe that this happened in my life. It was so cool. And so that was awesome. And yeah, so that was basically the day at Comic-Con. Boy, it felt so exhausting. My feet are so sore. And there's a side of me that just wants to not even do tomorrow because I don't know. I just feel like I got everything out of it that I want to get. But I don't know. We'll see. I guess it depends on how I'm feeling tomorrow. But I'll probably go. Why not? But that is what happened today at Comic-Con in Salt Lake. It was really a fun, encouraging, positive experience, except for my feet being really sore. So I was going to dress up as Snow White tomorrow, but I don't think I will because the shoes that I have just aren't good enough for my feet. So I think that that I will use my Dipper cosplay from Gravity Falls instead, because I can wear sneakers with that one. So I think I might do that. So Part of Your World is the best Disney song. It's so good. It's so good. Any anime related, they did mention that there are definitely some voice actors there, but I can't think of any of their names off the top of my head. I do want to get to meet. They have the voice of Eric from Little Mermaid is also there, but I guess he had a panel yesterday and I didn't know about it, didn't hear about it. So I want to try to maybe get an autograph from him or something tomorrow if I go. And yeah, there were definitely some voice actors, but I just can't remember off the top of my head what their names are. So but there was the voice of, I think, Michelangelo in the latest Chris Cripes, I think was his name. I have to stalk him. Right. Elijah Wood is going to be there tomorrow, which would be pretty cool to hear from him about Lord of the Rings and Over the Garden Wall and all that fun stuff. So that's tempting. So yeah, that's basically what happened today. And I'm assuming I'll go tomorrow, but there's just a side of me that's like tired, but it's late. So anyway, I'll let you know what happens tomorrow. And yeah, it's fun. You guys should take advantage of local area cons that are in your area, because in my opinion, this is way better than D23. I like it so much more. The only advantage to D23 is that you get like exclusives at D23. You know, like we've heard about, we got a clip of the Wreck-It Ralph princess scene, or you know, there's like things that other people don't have, which is cool. But it just, boy, I mean, you just have to wait so long for everything, and it's just so, I don't know. I much prefer this personally. This was just way less stress and just way more fun, I think. So anyway, that's just my opinion. But let me know what you think and what you think of me getting to meet Jodie Benson. It's so exciting. So thanks so much, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.